What a time it was. What a time it was indeed. The South African government, 2.5 years ago in March of 2021, 30 months ago, announced the approval of 2,000 megawatts of emergency power generation to relieve the pressure on Eskom's national grid and to prevent load shedding. Of course, we saw 2021 was bad, 2022 was very bad, and 2023 has been absolutely horrific in the carnage of South Africa's economy as a consequence of the kleptocracy, the patronage, the outright criminal conduct related to the state-owned parastatal Eskom, which is responsible for delivering electricity to South Africans. 30 months ago, 2,000 megawatts. The bulk of that power was supposed to be delivered by a Turkish company called Karpowership, which takes converted cargo ships and creates electricity by burning liquefied natural gas offshore. Offshore. That's important. South African environmental wackadoodles, mostly liberal, wealthy whites, some coloreds, mostly liberal whites, protested against this and filed all sorts of motions against it. And here we are 30 months later, and Karpowership is yet to deliver any capacity to relieve the pressure on South Africa's grid. There are a lot of complaints about the contract. It was a 20-year contract. It may have been dirty, and that all may be true. But the bottom line is that the reason it was stopped was, that was part of the reason, but the real reason was because of this environmental nonsense. Well, now, finally, 30 months later, Karpowership has been granted a license to put in one of these converted tankers or cargo ships off of Richards Bay, which will relieve some of the pressure. Of the 1,220 megawatts of power that was supposed to be added, there's been zero. And we've seen virtually nothing, if anything, from the remaining less than 780 megawatts from other sources like wind and solar power. So South African government's answer in an emergency is emergency approval for something that 30 months later hasn't happened. And the last time when I checked Karpowership, it would take 5 months for them to get a ship prepared to actually provide that electricity now. So South Africans are likely to go over 2 years without this additional electricity, which the government authorized in 2021. Just shows you the degree of incompetence and stupidity of the ruling party in South Africa. Emergency power generation, yeah. Emergency power generation, might as well buy a generator and fuel it with good hope. Karpowership finally gets environmental approval and can move forward with emergency power generation in South Africa. Emergency power, yeah.